Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be learning how to work into the front loop and work into the back loop of a crochet stitch. So today I'm going to be using my H8 5mm hook and some worsted weight yarn. You can use whatever hook and whatever yarn you would like. Just go ahead and grab your project and we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty guys, so when you're working in the front loop or back loop of a crochet project, generally speaking, you're already going to have at least one row of stitches done. So I've just completed, this is a row of half double crochet stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over. Now, often you'll see right up here. So you have the tops of these stitches. So the front loop is going to be the loop right here that is closest to you. It's not going to be the front loop from when you were working it, but the front loop when you are ready to work a stitch. So the back loop will be the loop that is furthest from you. So to half double crochet into, to half double crochet into the front loop, I would use this loop right here, that front loop. I would just yarn over and only go into that front loop. I would just not go into that back loop. So I would yarn over, pull through, and go like this. And what it'll do is it'll kind of create a ridge on the back side. Now, front loop I have not seen used quite as often as back loop, but it is used and you should know where the front loop is just to make sure you understand what the two top pieces of your crochet stitch are, and you'll want to make sure that you know that you are only getting through one loop. Do you see the back there? How you can see that those are all the back loops that I am not putting my crochet hook into. The nice part about working if you're only going to work in one loop is as you kind of go along, it does get a little more easy to get into just one loop, but it does take a little bit of practice, especially on these end ones. So that is the front loop only. So you'll see right here, it looks pretty flat. It almost looks like it's just more flat. And then on the back side, you'll see this little ridge right here. Now, this next row, we're going to work into only the back loop now, so you can see the difference. So you'll yarn over and you're going to put it in only the back loop, and now that ridge, that one that you missed, is going to be towards you. So the back loop only, I would say, is more common as a ribbing or even just to add texture. It's much more common, I've found at least, to go into the back loop only, but you definitely want to know both. So you see how it kind of creates that little ridge right there? So now with the two on this side, you can kind of see the difference, and you'll be able to see as we finish this row what the other side will look like. So there's a slight difference in texture when you go in only the front loop or only the back loop that you'll want to be aware of, and you'll want to pay attention to if you are just kind of experimenting and want to play with the different textures. So the front loop only, you'll see that it's much more flat. The back loop only, you'll see it pops up a little bit more when you miss this ridge. So then the back side, this one's almost more indented like a ribbing would be, and this one's much more flat. So if you're wanting something flat on the back side, but you want to just add this as like a little textural element, the front loop only would be perfect. The back loop only though is going to give it just that little bit of almost ribbing like texture, that it's going to push the stitches that you were just working back a little bit. So it back, and then if you continued this way, it pushed this one back. So you'd kind of have like almost, I guess like a ribbing would be the best way to explain it. So you can kind of see that a little bit right there. So I hope you guys get to experiment with this, and I hope this is helpful so that you know the difference and what to look for. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And if you have any further questions, please let me know in the comments. Can't wait to hear from you. Thanks.